So, I don't know if you guys have Murphy's Law days. I call them Murphy days. I don't go as far as calling them Murphy's Law days, but let me tell you about mine. This morning, everything went really smooth. I got all my chores done, everything done this morning, and I get ready. I got time to spare. I even had like things click. Oh, I gotta get that. I gotta get that because I'm gonna take my dog to the vet. It even like was smart enough. My dog's got a urinary issue, so I was just gonna take her in my truck. And I'm like, oh, I got those heated and cooled seats, so they've got little. They're porous. So the last thing I want is my dog to have an accident in the truck because she can't help it, but I still don't need that situation, right? So I even was like proud of myself for having thought about, I have one of those carriers. I'll put her in, one of the dog carriers. And, I was like all proud of myself that I managed that, right? So we're on our way. We go out the gate, get to the end of the driveway. We make a left. And we always make the next left to take like rural roads. It's kind of like rush hour-ish time. So it makes sense to take rural roads. And I make the left. And as soon as I make the left, my pickup truck says 50 miles to E. And of course, here I am saying, oh, I'll make it. I don't need to, because I was going to backtrack maybe. And, go back to where I definitely would run into a gas station. But I'm like, no, I'll make it. And I was setting my cruise control so that way I could let my truck just kind of ease its way. No idea where I was going to find a gas station. I'm going someplace I've never been before. And let's just say as it started to get to 30 miles, I was like, oh my God. I'm like, please, I'm talking to my truck. I promise you I'll never run you this low again. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I didn't remember to get fuel. I'm so sorry. I'm like, oh my God, it's so bad to run a diesel down this low. Oh my God. I was having a complete white knuckle ride down roads. I wasn't sure if I was going to come across some random gas station or whatever. I'm like, just get me there. There was a point where I actually had seen traffic moving ahead. And I'm like, oh, there's a major road. I see there's got to be a major road because, there's enough vehicles that moved. I'm like, there's got to be a major road. There's going to be a gas station within the next 3 miles for sure. Well, it actually was a road that came to a stop sign that joined the road that I was on. So it just happened to be a busy road, but no gas station nearby. Well, I made it to the gas station. Now I had myself so worked up, I actually had to use the bathroom. I ran into my neighbor, and she's like, "Don't feel bad. I only had 5 miles left to E." It's like, oh my God, my truck took 31 gallons of fuel. That's not good. But I made it. Anyway, so, okay, first near situation diverted, right? Now, I get out onto the road to get to where I gotta go. Now I'm kind of stressed, I'll be honest with you. I kind of allowed myself to get pretty stressed. So this guy, I was trying to pull back out, and this guy was oblivious. He was just looking straight ahead. I swear he was in La La Land. I'm like, let me out. So anyway, I got out, finished my next 17 miles or whatever it was. I was going further than I usually go, so I switched vets for this particular situation with my dogs because I ran a lot of diagnostics, and then she had a situation a year earlier, and same thing, ran a lot of diagnostics, tried to treat it, didn't feel that we really resolved it, ran more diagnostics, some of it duplicate, didn't make any sense to me, but we did it, and this was becoming a very expensive adventure. So now, a year later, she's having the same problem, running all these diagnostics, still not resolving the situation. decided when it was suggested that I bring her back and we run more of the same tests. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to spend more money in this particular situation, I'd really like a different set of eyes on her. You know, if it was a medical doctor, we would have a second opinion, right? At this point, I need a second opinion on what's going on with my dog. So I decide to go to a different vet. This is what this is all about. Well, here's where the fun begins. My dog is not used to being on a leash. She's a barn dog, so she really is clueless. So we get inside, and I'm also clueless, so I have her on one of those retractable ones. I push the button on the retractable one instead of locking it, so now I've set her free. And she's like, she's all over the place. I can't get her under control. Trying to reel her in. She's like headed for this lady who's standing there with her sick cat. And the lady's just glaring at me. And I'm like, trying to reel my dog in, hoping that I'm not going to cause any bigger problems. I'm a total hot mess. Then we get into the room, and everything's fine. Everything's fine. We're going over all that we're going to do. We're going to go over all that, you know, vets now, they give you like an itemized, this is what this is going to cost you bill. So that way you're not like in shock. And I guess so you can make a decision to not fail to pay your bill, you know? So, I'm hemming and hawing because I have a copy of the culture that we just did. We know what we're dealing with as far as that particular result. So I'm humming and hawing about yet another near $300 test. But we got to do this. We got to find out what's going on, right? So after all's said and done, we do find out what's wrong. We have a confirmed visual idea of what's wrong, and which was something that was seen in an ultrasound on 2 different machines, but was thought to be gas. Could make it move, but still was thought to be gas. It's like a bird egg size stone in her bladder. Now, I already did an ultrasound once before. Like, it's not that so when I was told let's do an ultrasound and x-rays, I'm just like, already did an ultrasound. If I'm going to have somebody else do an ultrasound, I want somebody else looking at it that's not going to dismiss a mass and call it gas, and then even get another machine to try to confirm for themselves that it is or isn't gas, and still come to the conclusion it's gas. So, anyway, on my way out, the girl's taking me to we're going to put my dog on a special food, and the girl takes me over to the racks, and on our way over, they're letting a guy out from another door who's got a German Shepherd who is a little intense, you know? So, my dog's like, ah! She's whining, like, all like in a friendly, I want to go see him. So I tell the girl that I'm working with, I'll go put her in the truck and then I'll come back in. Well, now, remember, I'm dealing with a urinary tract problem. So I'm going to make sure my dog pees before I put her up in my truck, even if I'm putting her in a cage. So I take her to the grass. They're letting that guy out of the building from a side door. So now here's this dog, instantly sees my dog and goes nuts again. So I'm like trying to scramble to get my dog. My dog hits the end of the leash, spins around, backs out of her collar, and off she goes for that dog. Not to be aggressive to that dog, but to go see that dog. So now the guy, he's panicking, he's freaking out, he's shoving his dog back in the door thank God the door was still where he could get in it, because I have a feeling you wouldn't have been able to get in that door if you were coming from the side of the building as a patient. And he gets his dog pushed back in the door and is trying to kick my dog back out so we can get them separated. Well, he's not successful in separating them, so my dog ends up in the building too. Now, of course, because there's commotion, all the techs and everybody are coming racing to the door, so now everybody's kind of crowding the door. Well, he can't. So now all the two dogs are like right there. Lucky for everybody, the one girl scoops up my dog, and all is well. Total chaos. I'm like trembling at this point, and I get my dog while I tighten her collar, and I get my dog back, and I put her out in the truck, and I come in, and I'm just like, it's not the guy's fault, but like I don't know what to do with my energy. I don't know what to do with that. I was so stressed out. I didn't know what to do with that energy. So I'm like staring at this guy who I could tell wanted to say he was sorry, but he also had nothing to be sorry for other than his dog was, not a friendly dog. But that's the only thing he had to be sorry for. And I could tell he was thinking it would probably be appropriate to say sorry, but he didn't extend that. I'm just feeling hateful about my whole scenario, my dog being sick, having to take her to a different vet. Well, I also had a moment where I was like, okay, what are the good things that have happened so far? I made it to the gas station. We have a diagnosis. We have a treatment plan. Yes, we ran duplicate tests. But you know what was good about running the duplicate tests? This is a really big spin on it. I found out how much I was being overcharged for the same tests. One of the tests, I was overcharged $74. Another one of the tests, I was overcharged $58. I have not done a comparison to other tests yet. I just remembered how much one of the tests cost because I was just like, right? So, now I know that I definitely have a vet that not only is better, but doesn't charge ridiculous upcharges. I caught this vet upcharging over the heartworm pills before, so that's actually been something that I've caught already once, where the 3 different heartworm pills that I give my dog, so it's a collective, it's a total $88 upcharge on all 3 of those, not individual $88. It was an $88 upcharge for all 3. Okay, so now I am on my way home. I'm like, partially mad, but partially glad I caught, that I went to this new vet and realized how much I was being overcharged at the other vet. Same tests. I'm sorry, it's not like a different product. It's not like a different brand. It's the same test. Okay? So, anyway, I go ahead and leave. Now, I forgot, although I wanted to, use the bathroom before I left there because it's actually a really nice facility. The other vet works out of like a 8x10 room, like a mud room in her house. This is like a full facility, displays and the whole 9 yards, and they have a bathroom for their clients. And I meant to use the bathroom. I forgot. That was kind of intense moment for me, that whole situation. And I'm like, and I felt bad because I was like this total hot mess, and I'm not usually that hot messed. I'm really not. So it was like, then I became aware of how hot messed I was. Then I decide I'll stop at Royal Farms on my way home. So I stop at Royal Farms. I go in to use the bathroom. Lock the door. I know I locked the door. And I heard somebody else come in. And I just happened to glance at the doorknob when I heard the footsteps. And I'm like, that person's going to try this doorknob. And I'll be darned if that stupid button didn't pop out and the door came open. And I'm like, excuse me! Then, it does not end yet. I get home, and I go to make tuna fish. I knew I didn't have any mayonnaise in the refrigerator because I had used it all, but I always have my next jar is in the cabinet. Mayonnaise. I already put the tuna fish in the bowl to mix with my mayonnaise. No mayonnaise. Are you kidding me? But here's a silver lining on that. I was like, you know what? I've almost put a lid on it and was just going to put it in the refrigerator and worry about it later. Like, nope. You know what? I'm going to figure something out. I got out the ranch dressing, and I'm like, I don't want to overkill it with taste, so what I'll do is I'll put just enough to kind of make it more spreadable, more creamy, because I really don't like tuna fish to begin with. Well, did you know that ranch dressing is awesome in place of mayonnaise? Awesome. I don't think I'll ever use mayonnaise again. So, my Murphy Day has a lot of silver linings, but you can't make any of this shit up.